We head from the West Coast swing, and now we're here on a short track swing. And we start out at the world's fastest half mile, the Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee, for the running of the Food City 300. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here today. Short track racing at its finest. Jacob Davison, the 99, has the pole, the most coveted spot here at a short track. Two's outside the one of Anthony Hernandez. It's a pretty good spot as well because the outside can't get a good jump here at the start of the race. Then third we have Jay Jefferson. Fourth is Marshall Burrow, running out the top five. George Cooper, the winner at Phoenix. Then sixth we have Jim Gambit. Seventh is Luke Rain. He's been a beast here at Bristol in the past. He's looking to take some of that and apply it here today. Eighth is Mathis Wells. Ninth, Sebastian Kugelon. And Danny Lloyd rounds out the top 10. For the rest of the field, there's Jonathan Beeford, who's outside Roman Fenway. Then we have John Gambit and Landon Lyons, along with Levi Shones and Jennifer Buford. Then there's Marcus Sachi and Adam McDowell second in points. Then points leader Ryan Taylor just behind McDowell. Trey Rainey, who is inside. Then you have Max Anderson and Alexander Rowe. Anton Charlebois with Michael Canto. Then there's Oliver Galloway with Evan Hunter, Paul Taylor and Blake Petrus. Then we have William Bolin and Code Luigi, the winner at Las Vegas. Then we have Josephine O'Neill with Justin Heath. Greg Torres with Ryan Brommer. Then there's Mitchell Collins and Jeff Bright. Eli Bright, who won the first two races on the season. Jason Larkin, who is outside. Then we have James DeCurligan and Jake Galloway. And in the final row, the 26 of Derek Hamill. Two's outside the 28 of Riley Spurleytube. That's the 42-car field for the Food City 300 here at Bristol. Let's get going with our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
And our 42 cars will fire up and roll off the starting grid for 45 laps of battle here at the world's fastest half mile in Bristol, Tennessee. So the field rolls off. Davidson and Anthony Hernandez on the front row. Quick pace lap here. 45 laps at Bristol, half mile each time around. Pace car in. Davidson, Hernandez, who's going to get the break on the start. Here they come to the restart zone. We're back racing. Hernandez gets away. Green flag in the air. It was like Davidson didn't even try and jump there. Didn't even try and start the race. As he fell way back, Hernandez was definitely clear as they got to turn one. We'll see if a penalty comes out, but once again, I don't think that's going to happen. We've seen in the past no penalties for that sort of issue. Jay Jefferson slots in where he started in third, and then Luke Rains up to fourth. He made a big move on, I think it was maybe the 38 of George Cooper. He tried to come down in front of the 22, and Luke said no and almost turned that 38 around. Luckily, they kept it going straight, but my gosh, 38 lost some spots there. Kukulop inside the top five because of all that was happening. And now as Hernandez tries to pull away Davidson, and Jay Jefferson going to try and run down. Jefferson up the racetrack, falls back from Davidson, who races on down the one car, down the backstretch. And this is a racetrack that favors the inside starting lane, as well as starting up inside the top 10. You start up there, and you have a pretty good shot making it into victory lane here today. If you could start anywhere from like first to ninth. If you start first, third, fifth, seventh, ninth, or even second. We've seen second here in the past. They have gotten some great jumps and gotten away and kept the lead the whole race. 40 laps to go at Bristol. Already 5 laps into the books. Hernandez leads Davidson, who goes up the racetrack through 1 and 2. Jefferson trying to close in to get to second. As they come down the backstretch. About 7 cars pull away as John Gambit pulls away from George Cooper, who may be holding up Jennifer Buford a little bit. Buford right now 9th. And Marcus Sachi works his way up into the top 10. About Trey Rainey started mid of the field, maybe a little bit past that, mid-20s. Here he's now going for the 10th position on Marcus Sachi, that 25 car. Making some gains because he started on the inside. Contact back there. Burrow and Max Harrison sideways off the corner. They kept it going straight. That's about for 12th position. 89 has it. 98 going to take it. And Michael Canto on the 24 coming forward as well. That was close there. That could have been a crash. Look back up to the race lead. Davison got up high and almost into the wall. He might have gotten into the wall. And Jay Jefferson gets on by to get to second. Now he has the task of running down the one of Hernandez. And Jay Jefferson wants to get back to victory lane in the Target Series. He's been so successful in the series. He wants to have a shot at the chase and a shot at the championship here. Davidson not trying to let the 05 get away though. Luke Rainey though pressuring that 99 as well. Luke has been so successful here at Bristol. He won his first Target Series race here at Bristol, season number 2. He's won a few times here in the Cup Series, a win in the Truck Series as well. So Luke knows how to get around this half mile. Just as of late hasn't really been his racetrack. We'll see if he can kind of take some of that back. Right now he's running fourth. So that's a pretty good day for him so far. He goes up the racetrack, and Davidson closing on the 05, but the 05 also closing in on the 1 car. They're starting to come together here up at the front. Yeah, Hernandez, I think it's just not the best car right now, but that track position could definitely help him. The 05 looks a little bit better. He diamonded that corner so well. The 05 did. He got a great run off the corner. Here he's now to the back bumper, the one of Hernandez. Down the back stretch. 2 car battle for the point. Hernandez, Jefferson. on his trail. He's right there, and wouldn't be surprised to see him make the pass right here through 1 and 2. Jefferson moving to the inside. They come off 2. Hernandez a little high. Jefferson will clear to take the lead down the backstretch. Hernandez slots in line in the second position, so that one car only loses a spot, but it's the most important one. Jefferson now leading at Bristol. As we still got more than 3 laps to go. Davidson messed up through 1 and 2. Luke Ray right to the back of that 9-9, but couldn't make the move. Single out the front of the field, but that pass for the lead. Great job by Jefferson. They're getting by the one car, knowing what he had to do, and just hung the left to get on around him. Now Luke messed up through 1 and 2, and that's going to allow Kukulon to close in and try pass. But the 6 got really tight to back off, and here comes Buford looking to the inside for 5th. There was a car on pit road I just saw back there. You can see some of these cars, they've fallen back, but there's a car right now in 42nd position. As he came down pit road. It is the 88 of Eli Bright. So after winning at Daytona and All Club, all the luck has gone out the window for the 88. He's going to go multiple laps down and lose even more spots and points. So he's been falling through points, and now he's got to be at the position to where he might have to just cling on for a wild card position at this point. Now Eli has to hope he doesn't run into anyone here, come off pit road. That's very crucial, and this could really hold up John Gammett, the A7. Gammett really has to get clear right here. He's not going to. Last race winner at Phoenix, George Cooper, going to probably move to the inside of the A7. But it looks like Eli might have more of a problem than the outside lane. We're just trying to get up to speed on these fresh tires. As back there, I think there's a battle up front. Davidson goes high again. He's going to lose multiple positions. Luke Ray moves around to 3rd. Kukulon to 4th. And Jonathan Buford fights his way up inside the top 5. Now Eli Bright, look at Jeffrey Buford coming forward right here. As the 88 was kind of clogging everyone up. Gammett to the high side, Cooper to the outside, Davidson to the outside wall in the 99 from the 6th position. Jeffrey Buford for 7th in the 62. How about Marcus Sachi up inside the top 10? Trey Rainey coming forward. Max Anderson as well in the inside lane. Cooper falls back outside the top 10. John Gammett going to lose his 7th position. He's going to lose 8th. He's going to lose 9th. Trey Rainey moving by. He might lose the top 10. Max Anderson looking for 10th. We'll look back up to the point. It's Jay Jefferson who's pulled away. But once again here at Bristol, it's only a half-mile long, only under 15 seconds to get around here. Lap traffic comes into play, and we're not even halfway through the race, halfway basically this time by. And Jefferson just now catching the lap cars. He's got to deal with them for about, I would say, 15 to 20 laps of this race. And that could determine who wins this race. Jefferson gets held up and can't get by, or if something happens in front to where he has to check up, Hernandez and the others could close in. This could be a good battle. 6 cars pull away. Then you have the car that's a few laps down, Eli Bright, then 7th, 8th, 9th, and they have 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th all together. Oliver Guy wins 16th as well. They have Ryan Bryan alone. They have back here 18th on back. There's Adam McDowell and Ryan Taylor. They're 1-2 in points. They're running nose to tail, 20th and 21st. They're going to make it 19th and 20th as they get by the 3 of Jeff Bright. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. McDowell just 1 spot ahead of Taylor, will gain some points, but will not take over the points unless something drastic happens. But now Jefferson's caught up to the back of the field, 20 to go. So he's got 20 laps behind the whole field. He's going to move to the inside of the 21 of Danny Lloyd, try to put Lloyd a lap down. And that'll be a car in between he and 2nd place Hernandez. And he's going to do that. He's going to clear right there. And he's going to try and get Land Lines by him as well. So that's big for Jefferson. Get those cars behind you, because Land Lines now a lap down as well. That's 2 cars in between he and Hernandez and Luke Rainey and all them that can try and run Jefferson down. Yeah, because now they're going to have to get around the 60 and the 21. And Jefferson, he could just ride there right behind the 32 until the 1 or the 22 get by. Now the 43 about to fall a lap down. That's Paul Taylor. Anton Charles Baugh, he's going to move to the inside to grab 38th. Jay Jefferson going to put the 39th car lap down. And now Jefferson looking to the inside of the 32 Charles Baugh, but cuts that off. But now look at how the stack-ups happen with the 1, the 22, and the 6. They're all now stuck behind the 21, the 60, and the 43. Jefferson can try and maintain a gap now. They're going to get around Paul Taylor as he got stuck on the outside lane there. So Hernandez is going to put the 43 lap down. The 22 probably will as well. Here we go for 4th. Buford pushed the 6 up the racetrack. Here comes Jonathan Buford. Coming to 15 to go. Move him to 4th. Davidson back up to 5th. Yeah, the 43 going to fall back there. The 22 got around. Now let's see if Buford can drive it hard in. No, he couldn't. But look at the 6-6 go up the racetrack. Davidson looking low. We got a little tight there and the 6-6 get away. And now Jefferson's pulled another gap over 2nd place. As they have 14 laps of racing to go, Jay Jefferson is right behind Antoine Charles Bois, Alexander Rowe. As up high goes Mitchell Collins in 11 cars. He's dropping back. Josephine O'Neill will go on by. Riley Spurley going to go on by. Alexander Rowe. Jefferson right here, just kind of boxed right now, nowhere to go. Collins still stuck to the outside there as they come out sideways there. Right in front of your race leader, Jay Jefferson as well. That could have been big there, but now the 05, another car, and between he and second place, Anthony Hernandez. Landline's going to pick up a spot right there as the 11 continues to fade backwards. Now Lloyd shuffled up high. Let's see if Hernandez can take advantage right there in the 1. Car into the wall up ahead. Keep it green. Hernandez coming to 11 laps to go. He has to get by these lap cars and fast. He's going to get around the 21 of Danny Lloyd, but I think it's a little too late now. But Jefferson stuck to the highs right here. If the 16-11 can pounce down low, we'll see. The 1, the 22 move around. The 05 still stuck up top. Now trying to get around Spurlington, but Landlines gets to the inside of the 05. Hernandez coming back. They have 10 laps of racing to go. And now look at Luke Rain for second. He has to try and get up here. Hernandez up the track. Luke Rain moves to second. Now can he try and run down the 05 with Jefferson still stuck up top? Luke is there. 9 to go at Bristol. But Jay Jefferson trying to get down low. He goes up high again. Luke to the bottom lane of the 22. Side by side down the back. Jefferson trying to get clear to turn 3. Luke drives hard to the bottom lane. They're still side by side off the corner. Jefferson may have led the lap. Under 10 laps left. And they're still side by side. No one having the advantage quite yet. I think Luke's going to have it right here through 3 and 4. But Jefferson drives it hard into the top side. Luke finally going to clear the 05. Luke Rainey, the Bristol Dominator out front with under 10 to go. And Jefferson working his way backwards. How about Jonathan Beaver going for a second on the 66? The 05 still stuck up top. And now the 22 pulling away. So the 21 is holding up the second place on back. 6 to go at Bristol. Davidson. Here comes Kukulon. All going to try and filter around Jefferson, who's continuing to fall back. This whole train of cars. Jefferson third, going to fall to fourth. As Davidson going to break up inside the top 3. 5 laps to go. Yellow would end it at Bristol. Kukulon for a top 5 in the 6th car. For fourth. And back there, some cars have dropped off. I think a car may have come down pit road or something. Beeper into the outside one on the 62. They're all clogged up back here. What has happened? I think a car... Yeah, Paul Taylor blew up one of our lap cars. So 43 blows up. That's going to help Jay Jefferson as he's going to not lose as many positions. He will have fallen way back. He's only fallen back now to 6th. That's still heartbreak for the 05 as he has dominated since he got out to the front. But now dominating is Luke Rennie. He has 3 laps left. That's 1.5 miles. And Jonathan Beeford nowhere near him. Almost a second gap for the 22 of Luke Rennie. Coming to 2 to go. Oh, wreck in front of him. Luke trying to get by. Cars are sliding all over the place. The yellow is out. Luke Rennie gets away. It's going to be over. Premature. But my gosh, Luke did have to earn that one. A wreck avoids the victory lane. Luke Rennie's going to win the Food City 300. As he's going to have to coast around a lap and a half more. The lap car's wrecked in front of him, and it's over now. Luke Rennie gonna win it. It wasn't without a little drama, though, was it? It can never be easy to win these races. It can never be. So Luke coming to take the white flag. We're on the final lap of the Food City 300. We talked about how much success Luke Rennie has had here in his Target Series, Gateway Cup Series, and Pennzoil Truck Series career. He's got another victory to that list of wins that he's had here. Luke Rennie's best track, you could say, is ultimately Bristol. He's had so many victories here. It's just such a great track for Luke Rennie. He knows how to get around here. He qualified well again. And it's not like he qualified on pole and dominated. It's not like he qualified second and dominated. He qualified back, further back inside the top 10. He got by with under 10 to go. It's going to be Luke Rennie's days. He comes off turn number 4. Checkers are out. He passes Jay Jefferson with under 10 laps to go. Luke Rennie wins the Food City 300 here at Bristol. And he had to earn that one for sure. He had to get by the 1. He had to then get by the 05. He then had to avoid a crash. One of them involved the 09 of Alexander Rowe. The crash happening right in front of our race leader, Luke Rennie. Here's what brought out the caution flag to end the race. Josephine O'Neill driving a little aggressive here. Maybe they had some contact, the 70 to 34, earlier in the race, but O'Neill just drives over the 70 of DeCurligan, spins him down to the outside wall. So maybe something happened with O'Neill and DeCurligan early in the race, and O'Neill was giving a little payback there, but then DeCurligan saved the car and then came back up the racetrack into Alexander Rowe. They both go hard to the outside, or Alexander Rowe does, comes down the racetrack, gets into the Landon Lyons, gets into Mitchell Collins, and right there, Luke Rennie escapes through as the 11 to 60 goes flying up the racetrack, the 09 sitting there, and luckily none of our race leaders involved. Look at Jay Jefferson and Anthony Hernandez come to the start-finish line. It looks like it's going to be Hernandez, but my gosh, look at all these cars sitting here, and somehow I think all of them missed the 11 to 60 and the 09 who are all spinning in front of our top 10. Such a weird way to end this race, but How about that? How close it was for Luke Rainey. If he just got clipped, he would have gone off the racetrack like the 11 and the 60 did. Let's take a quick onboard look with Luke Rainey, the 22, as he is able to miss this one. As a crash happens in front of him, he knows he has to get by to win this race. He also knows he can't let off because the 66 is coming. The 66 isn't going to let off. He sees the 22 right there. Wow. Did get some contact, but it wasn't enough. And Luke Rainey is going to win the Food Safety 300 here at Bristol. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Food Safety 300 at the Bristol Motor Speedway. There was only one caution flag, the one that ended the race. And we have 2 lead changes among 3 different drivers. So not like the race was just a blowout. We had 3 different drivers lead this race. Luke Rainey definitely led the least amount of laps, only 8. He led the final 8 laps to victory lane here at Bristol. Jonathan Beeford in second. Jacob Davidson didn't lead lap, and he started on pole. He ends up third. Sebastian Kukul on fourth. Anthony Hernandez rounds up the top 5. He led the first 12 laps. Then Jay Jefferson got around him and led 25 of 45 laps, the most of anybody. But lap traffic play an issue for him. He'll end up 6th. Heartbreak for him. Trey Rainey in 7th. That's a great day for him. Marcus Sachi in 8th. Max Anderson 9th. William Bolin rounds up the top 10. So there's your top 20. And as you see by the drivers that finished inside the top 5, inside the top 10, while track position definitely meant stuff, the biggest thing was starting on the inside lane. Luke Rainey, 7th on the inside. Jonathan Beeford, 11th. He was on the inside. Jacob Davidson from pole on the inside. Kukulon, 9th on the inside. Anthony Hernandez did start on the outside. However, he was on the front row, and he got a great jump. He actually got away. Cleared the 9-9 to turn 1. That's why he led and finished 5th. Jay Jefferson, 3rd on the inside. Trey Rainey was on the inside. Marcus Sachi, Max Anderson, William Bolin. But it's not like they all started up front. Bolin, 29th, ended up 10th. You can see right here, Jake Galloway, even though it's not a day he would have wanted where he finished 18th, that's from 40th starting position. I'm sure he'll take that any day of the week, here at Bristol especially. So look at the rest of the field. There's Eli Bright with a unscheduled pit stop under the green flag. May have been a loose wheel, may have been a flat tire, but that definitely impacted the way his day was going. So he ends up 43 laps down. Ever since his 2 wins, he has just not had any of the luck. And look down here, Paul Taylor out of the race. Remember, camshaft issues. He was in the middle of the field. Landon Lyons from that crash out as well. As we'll now go look at the point standings. Here are the point standings. After the Food Safety 300 at Bristol, Luke Rainey with that win and his 4th top 10 in 5 races moves up to the points lead by 20 points over Ryan Taylor, who was 2nd, and McDowell still keeping a solid 3rd. So McDowell not letting the top 3 get away quite yet, as he's pulled away from Jim Gammett, who's 4th, and Jonathan Beeford, another solid day for him, rounds out the top 5. Then we have Code Luigi in 6th. He had a poor day here at Bristol, but not too bad. He's still inside the top 10 in points. That's where he needs to be with that win especially. Sebastian Kukulon 7th, Max Anderson 8th, George Cooper with his win is 9th, and Blake Petrus, the final spot inside the top 10. There's your top 20. And Eli Bright has fallen down to 14th, and after his bad day at Bristol, he's still within striking distance of a top 10, but he has those 2 wins to fall back on in case he needs to use a wild card for some odd reason. So Eli Bright, he's still safe. He has to stay top 20 in points. That's a big goal for him. Stay top 20 in points. You never want to fall below 20. If you have those 2 wins, you're going to get a wild card if you have those 2 wins most likely. So, the easiest way, though, would just be getting inside the top 10. But right now, the 2 wild cards would be Eli Bright because he has 2 wins, and since there's no other drivers outside the top 10 inside the top 20 with a win, Anthony Hernandez, the first driver out of the chase, would be the 2nd wild card. But still, a ton left here. Only 5 races down, only 4 winners. As you look there, James DeCurligan, first driver outside the top 20, 13 points back. We see down here some drivers needing some good days to get up there. Roman Fenway, he's falling back. Anthony Charles Ball, he's falling back. Evan Hunter, Levi Jones, Danny Lloyd, Derek Hamill, Paul Taylor, O'Neill, Davidson, Collins, Brommer, Heath. They're all pretty far back. We'll see, even though still early in the season, you can gain and lose positions easily. Not until around race 10, race 15 will we know where maybe some drivers will fall once we get around chase time. So we keep it with the short tracks as we now head out to Iowa for the Nike 300. That's going to be another fun race. Iowa always produces some great racing. So I'll see you guys then.